So this is a short video to illustrate a special feature, a special aspect of qtVlm with regard to setting up the custom chart display. Recall, we can do custom displays, we can do the base display, standard display, and what they call the detailed display. But here's a section of a chart. This is an entrance to a small bay, like directly east of Chicago. And it's just chosen simply because it has two beacons, and I want to illustrate the turning on and off of special choices of objects, and I want these two beacons. And so I set up this region, and then I'm on a Mac, and so then I did like Command F11, and then that stores this view. Now a little while ago I did Command F9. Whoop, I gotta click here. Click the F9, and then I stored another region of the this is a inland ENC from the Army Corps of Engineers. NOAA makes the ENCs, and the Corps of Engineers makes these inland ENCs. And there's two, and again, I picked up this section and saved this view simply to show these two beacons. And now I'm looking at what's called the detailed view. It shows most of what's on the chart, but I can then switch to let's see, Shift Command C. Now I'm going to the custom view. So if we go here, let me go Shift Command V. That opens up this panel where we make these choices. And then here is where you could choose base display, standard, detailed. This would be your normal working display mode that you would use. All is everything, and that's going to be really cluttered. But then this one is really valuable, actually, this customized one. And the customized one, you can then go over and just turn on the type of objects you want. And in some cases, you may be in an area where there's just tons of cables crossing the channels everywhere. That's just, it sort of clutters up the chart, and so you could design that and turn it off. But I want to illustrate there's something unique about the program, because unlike other programs, this one has a few more features. For example, when we're turning beacons on and off, you'll notice in this list there's some things duplicated. It says beacon lateral, and underneath it says beacon lateral inland. So that means I'm turning them on and off in the NOAA ENCs with this top one, and the bottom one I'm turning them on and off with the inland ones. So I wanted to show this. So right now I have them both turned on. That's okay. Okay. Now I go back and we see them both. And if I go back to the Buffalo Canal, you see, now I'm in custom, and the only thing I have in custom turned on, you see, if we go back here and look at custom, I've turned everything off. I'm just looking at those beacons. So you see, I see them there, and then I go to the inland, and they're there. Now, if I go back here and turn on just the NOAA beacons, that's this top one, and say OK. Now I come back, and on the inland there is none, and on the but here on this is back in the New Buffalo Canal. You see they show up. So that's the way they work. And then if I did it the other way, I could turn these off and the others on. So that's just explaining why you have many of these items where there's a common to inland and NOAA ENCs. That's why there's two here. And so generally when you're if you're not using inland at all, you just forget these and you turn on and off what you want to do. If you're working with inland charts, then you have to think through and turn on and off the ones you want. And that's how that works. And it's a little bit of a subtlety because you don't see that option in other programs. Okay, that's all I wanted to say.